Everyone's talking about Asta's success, but I've just found the next tokenless Solana platform which could absolutely dwarf those gains if you farm it right. This is your complete Pacifica airdrop guide. I'm going to show you exactly how to position for what could be Solana's next major airdrop opportunity. We're talking about the Pacifica Solana perp DEX that has already processed more volume than most major exchanges. It runs sub 20 millisecond execution speeds and also has an active point system that rewards early users with 500,000 points split every single week. This guide covers everything from your wallet connection to the details about the airdrop and how you can set up delta neutral positions so you can maximize your point accumulation with the lowest risk. By the end, you'll have a live account and know exactly how to farm this Solana perp DEX before it goes truly mainstream. So what is Pacifica and why am I talking about it? Why is it significant? So I've already said that it's a Solana powered perpetual DEX, but some of the key features are their extremely quick sub 20 millisecond latency across over 20 markets right now. The founding team is very strong with former FTX COO Wang, and they have already processed over $6 billion in trading volume just during their closed beta, and they have a points program live, and it's highly speculated they will have an airdrop potentially in Q4 or maybe Q1 of 2026. So I of course have a complete guide on absolutely all the steps and everything I mentioned, so you'll be able to check that out. But literally we head onto the platform. Once signed up, we can see it's a perpetual DEX. So first of all, I want to go over some of the numbers relating to it, how it relates to some of the bigger platforms like Asta, and why this opportunity is good. So if we go on to DeFi Llama, which has all of the derivative protocols across all blockchains, and we can see their 24-hour volume. Of course, we see Asta at the top with 46.1 billion, which is a massive amount, but that is because the airdrop ends very soon, and we can see around 17 billion for some of the other perps. But if we scroll down just a tiny bit, we can see at number 12, there we have Pacifica, one chain, and we can see 500 million 24-hour volume in the last 24 hours. So this is a really high ranking. We are outranking a lot of the other large perpetual DEXs and even getting close to overtaking some of the big ones on Solana like Drift, which has been around for ages. And this can't be understated. This is really important. We can see the platform has already been out for a bit of time. The TVL has slowly been growing on the platform. The perp volume has slowly been growing, but it's still extremely low. And once I show you where I am on the leaderboard with such little volume, you'll understand why I'm talking about this and mentioning these numbers. If we look at Asta, we know the token is trading at around $1.9 right now and has a massive market cap. We also know there's a similar story with Hyperliquid where the airdrops were massive for the early users. Literally, if you generated around $1,000 in volume, your airdrop could literally be a massive percentage of this and could literally pay for 3 to 5x the amount of fees you generated, as this is kind of the metric used for measuring this kind of stuff, which is massive. We know Asta's a bit more diluted this season, and actually I'm going to show you some of the figures as well related to this. So if I go over to Asta, I've actually got over $4 million in volume associated with my account, and I'm all the way ranked at 60,000. If I go over to Pacifica, I only have $17,000 in volume at the time of recording. I've just set it up on this account, and you can see I'm ranked all the way at 2,900. And you know, this is a crazy difference. And although we do see a massive difference in volume, no doubt this platform will start to tick up in TVL in volume, as it is still very new, just coming out of closed beta. And if we do see it start to tick up, and more significantly, if we can see it start to overtake Drift, this could be very significant, and maybe it can even challenge higher up with Jupiter, obviously on Solana. Because I remember Drift, I had a few wallets running doing delta neutral positions, and these wallets paid massively. I only generated a few kind of I only paid maybe $100 maximum in fees, and my airdrop was in the 4-figure range. This is going to pay dividends in the future. So in order to get started with this platform, it is very simple. You will just have to head to app.pacifica and connect your wallet, or you can also, if you scroll down, you can see this email or Gmail or even Twitter. And you'd want to do this, obviously, if maybe you're on your phone or you're changing devices a lot and Gmail is a lot easier for you to access, but I have connected a Phantom wallet. So once you've connected your wallet or email on a new account, you will not be able to trade straight away. You will see this join closed beta button. And in order to be able to start trading, you have to have one of these. I do have some codes. They'll be in the description, but I also do have them in an article where I'll keep updating them. So, I do have a list, and if anyone has any spare ones, I can add them here as well, but you'll just have to copy one over. None of these are currently taken. Head back over to Pacifica, paste it in, and you can join. So I could join with my own code, but I'm not going to. And as soon as you've done that, your trading will be active. Next is depositing. You can only deposit in USDC on Solana. This is maybe one of the little limitations, as we do see a lot of cross-platform now, but you will have to deposit USDC with a minimum of 10 USDC, and I currently don't have that. So if you have Solana, you will have to change it out, and you can type a number in there. I do have an article on how to bridge over to Solana as well in my Solana beginner's guide if you want advice or a good method to do that. And I do recommend Bridge. I think it's quite a good platform. So now you're funded, you're connected. It is very simple. 500,000 points available, resets every week, Thursday at midnight. So it's important to note this. And it only launched on September the 4th. So this is literally 3 weeks old or so. And of course, they do have anti-Sybil measures. So if you are hoping to kind of run a safe strategy, you don't want to be running any kind of bots or anything. But before you start trading, you do want to obviously set what your leverage is, cross margin or isolated. There's no difference in points between these and any other settings. So I do already have some funds deposited, luckily. And we can see right now I'm on Asta USD market, and I've got market price, and I've got cross and 3x set, but I'm actually going to go to isolated. Actually, I'll leave it cross, and I'm going to go to just 1x leverage. So I'm just going to confirm that. And now that's all set up, what I'm able to do is I can open a long or short. So actually, if you want to set up a short, you have to click the top. I'm going to open a short though with around, I'll just put 100 USDC now, and you can also type it out. With regards to the fees, when I do open this position, I'm going to open the long, and it's very instantaneous. You can see how quick that was, and it get a little ding. But they do have some fees associated with it. So I do have them listed down below in the article right here, different tiers, depending on your volume. They are also documents as well. We are obviously tier 1 right now. We have this maker and this taker. So when I open that position, we open to market. But if we do get up to that 5 million volume, this drops once again. And if we get all the way up to 100 million volume, you have absolutely no fees. So when you open and close these positions, where typically before you open a position with $1 million, you would be paying pretty substantial fees on that would, start stacking up into hundreds and thousands of dollars pretty quickly. There'll be none. So you get points straight away. So if I close this right now, even after a minute, I will be credited with points, and I can see in portfolio my total volume. You can see your current fees and my equity, but also we will see our place change on the leaderboard very quickly after as well. So, of course, there is the risk though. You open positions a lot. Most likely, unless you are trading perpetual as well, you will start taking a loss. So what you can do is set up delta neutral positions, but I would not do them on the same platform. So I wouldn't do this all on Pacifica. You have two options. You can either, buy spot Asta properly on Asta Dex, maybe somewhere else, and then set up a short with equal size and equal position on here. or you can go over to a completely different DEX, such as AstaDex, where I have videos on. I also have videos on Hyperliquid and articles. And what you do on here is you find token, and I made a long on here with $100. What I would do is I would go over to the sell short, and I make sure I have $100 in here available to short, and I've just done that. And now we are totally delta neutral on this position. While this is in a loss, this position will be in more of a gain. And now we're getting points on both platforms. And if you just keep doing this every day, use as much, size as you have available to you, you will earn points on both platforms and qualify hopefully for both airdrops. Or as I said, if you actually want to trade perpetuals and you want to do it on Solana, I don't think there's a better place than Pacifica right now. So now you can see why it's such kind of a significant opportunity with some of the numbers behind it, some of the features of the platform, and how easy it is to rank right now, as they do take these weekly snapshots with these 500,000 points divided every week. So every week, getting as high rank as you can is very important. So even if it does get more diluted in future weeks, if more recently you can keep your rank. So the one other unique thing about this platform, their AI-powered trading. So what they have built in is this agent tab right here. And once you go on it, you'll automatically be connected. And what you can do is get some insights about the market. You get some real-time market analysis trends, automated entry and exits based on indicators, and a lot of other information. Just for a summary, you can see I have the Asta chart pulled out right here. It's got my position live. And what I'm getting is market about events. So we can see a confidence score. We can see a market analysis score. It's red or green, where it's bearish, and also a description of that market analysis. And other than that, we do have this kind of expert mode where you can see your strategies, which are set. You can select something like scalping RSI, pulls up the technical indicators for this, and what it's these markers chart, which relate to some of the news information, see if they had an impact. But what you can also do is clear these indicators, set your own up again, and pull them very easily. And of course, you will have your own referrals tab, where once you've done 10K in volume, you can generate the codes, generate up to 20 right now. And what you can do is share these codes, and I believe you get some kind of reward. I'm not quite sure how it all works right now, but you will get some of the fees and some points as well.